Hi there, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. This is Tony. We're here at the Woodstock Upper Site in Cape Town, South Africa, and we're here for the Train the Trainer workshop for a whole week. Here, I have one of our participants with me. So, tell us about yourself.
I'm Betselot Ayano from Ethiopia. I work as a bioinformatician in Ethiopian Public Health Institute. That's all about me.
Okay, so how long have you been a bioinformatician in Ethiopia? Did you always knew that you sort of wanted to be in this field of computational biology?
Actually, I'm not senior. I'm junior for bioinformatics. I'm shifting from the wet lab to dry lab
Okay.
activities. So I'm junior bioinformatician. I work for not more than 1 year.
Oh, I see. So you're sort of new to the field. So
Yeah.
you worked in the wet lab, sort of RNA DNA extraction, working
Yes.
with samples,
Yes.
and now you're sort of transitioning into the analysis side. So
Yeah.
once you have the samples, here's the data we have. Now we actually need to analyze it and see how we use the data to better inform policymakers or healthcare professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's quite a big change in the field you work. Right now, it's a lot of coding, programming languages, and that must be quite challenging for you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Especially the coding part. I'm a bit familiar with the molecular biology part, but the coding, the programming is a bit new for me. So the big challenge is coping up with those programming languages, especially the Python and R. Yeah.
Okay, so you sort of come from a biology background.
Yes, my background is I studied bachelor in medical laboratory science.
Okay.
Then I studied masters in medical microbiology. And then after that, I studied second masters in bioinformatics. So that's where I started to change. But I spent almost 6 years working in the lab,
All
which is
right.
wet lab. Yeah.
Okay, so now the challenging part for you is actually learn the actual coding
Coding. Yeah.
and be able to use these different workflows to analyze your data.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, and then in Ethiopia, what type of data or what pathogen do you mostly work with?
I mostly work with tuberculosis.
Okay.
And I have a little experience with SARS-CoV-2.
Right.
But now, as I'm starting to work on some bacteria for AMR purposes, antimicrobial resistance, and I'm also now working on measles virus. Yeah.
Okay.
But my experience is a bit on TB and SARS-CoV-2. Yeah.
Okay, so I think since 2022, I've really seen how the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic has really shaped and reshaped the world as a whole. And I think Africa is especially hit hard because we are very under-resourced.
Yeah.
The global north have a lot of computational, they have human resources, and on the African continent, we lack skilled individuals.
Yeah.
Is that very challenging in Ethiopia or your institute?
Yeah, it was challenging when we started first testing for COVID.
Yes.
When the pandemic hit, it was the challenge was everything was manual. It was not possible to test many individuals. That was the challenge. After that, we started to a bit do some genomics.
Okay.
But we were very new to the fields,
Yes.
even to the wet labs as well as to the bioinformatics. We were new, so getting familiar with analysis with write-up was a bit challenging, but still it's going well. Yeah.
Okay, so it was quite a big transition for many institutes as well because SARS-CoV-2 was, very difficult and challenging because of the mutations, because there weren't many experts in the field. And obviously with the Africa CDC, they want to really build more capacity. They want to scale up their surveillance program.
Yeah.
How's that been sort of in Ethiopia or in your institution?
It's going good. We are being trained in many activities, especially in bioinformatics and genomics. Many people are trained.
Right.
Africa CDC is helping our institute a lot.
Okay.
Even I took one training on NCBI data curation in Africa CDC, which helped me a lot in my activities, especially
I see.
when we put some data on the NCBI and download some data from NCBI for different research purposes.
Yes.
It helps us a lot in terms of like infrastructure, reagents. Still, Africa CDC is helping the institute to go more in genomics part.
Okay.
Go more in genomics part. Yeah, it's going well. Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of support from these institutions,
Yes.
and you're doing SARS-CoV-2, TB. Now you're
TB,
sort of transitioning into bacteria.
Yes.
And when you're working with these different pathogens, there's different workflows. And
Yeah.
I think as bioinformatician, you know that how you handle these samples in the lab
Yeah.
really affects the quality of your data that you get in a dry lab.
Yeah.
How do you think we should better, do these interdisciplinary field to make sure that once we prepare it, it's done a proper QC and they get passed on to the bioinformatician? Is there a better streamlined process?
What I recommend is one, giving trainings to the wet lab personnel, like
Okay.
bioinformatics trainings. Even if someone with background from biology studies bioinformatics, that helps a lot because they know the technique in lab, so they know where the problem will be happen.
Oh, okay.
As well as it is also very important to make like data scientists and software engineers to the bioinformatics field so that they will help those with biology background to cope with the programming part, so that if these
Okay.
two different interdisciplinary programs comes together to study bioinformatics, even within one institute, if a person or more than 2% from different backgrounds comes there, and I think they even from statistics, they could help in everyone's weakness. So it's possible to answer many questions. Yeah.
Okay. And you've been working in the labs and now you're working sort of as a bioinformatician. So you sort of see both sides of the coin.
Yes.
And what sort of challenges, or maybe share some words of wisdom to young scientists or people that want to come into this field?
Still, what I recommend is knowing the wet lab also helps in the bioinformatics analysis.
Okay.
Being good in the wet lab, like extraction, library preparation, every steps will help us in bioinformatics. But for those from the biology background who wants to study bioinformatics, I recommend that getting some courses before starting bioinformatics, like some programming courses, Python and R, and so on, will help a lot during their studies. So that still bioinformatics, it's all about experience.
Yes.
I'm at junior level. I'm trying to know everything as much as possible. It's not easy to cope with it because the field is broad. You touch statistics, programming, you touch molecular biology. You go everywhere. So still working hard will help for those who are in the field. Yeah.
Okay, so if someone wants to come into the field of bioinformatics, you don't really get an undergraduate degree.
Yeah.
And, in the training here, we deal with a lot of data scientists or data engineers.
Yeah.
I mean, that you don't really study as much in, computer science.
Yeah.
So a lot of the universities are now trying to get a degree in data science. When you have your honors or masters, you can actually study a degree in bioinformatician and to become proficient in bioinformatics.
Yeah.
But it's really hard because there are many, many tools and there are many, many pathogens, communicable, non-communicable disease. There isn't really a standard that's accepted and being sort of used by all the institutions.
Yeah.
So what do you think we can do to address those problems?
This will be addressed based on the personal interest.
Okay.
For those who want to work on infectious diseases, on pathogens,
Yeah.
still it's better to do every activity in bioinformatics on the pathogens, like
Okay.
the pipelines development to develop to analyze different pathogens. Still, pathogens are too many.
Right.
Even for those who work on medical, on ecology, on different aspects,
Right.
still it's better to be focused. For me, I work on bacteria. That's broad.
Yes.
When you say bacteria, pathogen that cause diseases. I'm trying to focus on those activities. Still, I was working on viruses, but it's good to focus. For those who want to work on cancer, on different non-communicable diseases, it's better too. Because even for human genome, still bioinformaticians are very important. So it's not mandatory for bioinformaticians to know everything.
Okay.
It's mandatory for bioinformaticians to focus on specific things and to excel on that specific things. That's why what I recommend here.
Yeah, so be laser focused, pick an area that you're niche,
Yeah.
and then obviously focus it.
Yeah.
And then, from your own experience, you have dealt with virus, you have dealt with bacteria.
Yeah.
And I think you see the whole picture, right? You can
Yeah.
tell, like, okay, this is different from that.
Yeah.
Therefore, the sample set I'm getting is different. I need to use a different workflow.
Yeah.
I think as we come to the end of this, what are some sort of advice you would give to someone like a young scientist or undergraduate student that want to come into this field? What challenges they will need to face? How do they overcome this? And, how do they progress in their career?
For young scientists who's coming to this field, it's better to be prepared for it first.
Okay.
For those from biology background, a little bit the programming part is challenging.
Okay.
So to cope with that, it's good to take some programming courses before they start the program.
Got it.
It's possible. It's manageable within their studies. They can go in depth to the programming.
Yeah.
So the challenge is for those who come from biology background. It's the programming part is a bit challenging because in it's different in school. We study just biology in detail, not computer science things. So it's good. The challenge is on programming. It's better to be good at it.
Got it.
So everything is manageable if then, because they know but the biology, so it works very well. Yeah.
Okay. No, I get you. It's very nice to hear from your perspective, and thank you very much for your time, sir.
Okay. Bye.